Hello, welcome back to my tiny little corner of YouTube, where we just keep bumping into each other, don't we? How are we? I do have a cold sore on my lip. I'm not overly excited about showing up online, but I do have things I want to talk about. So, house is a little bit of a mess. I need to chit chat. We are having, you know what we're having for tea? Did anybody ask? I'm going to tell you. We are having also chicken, leek and pea with soft cheese. My mum sent me one of them, like the reels on Instagram. That's what my mum sent me. And you know when somebody sends you it and then you just can't stop thinking about it? That's what's happening. So, nobody asked what's having for tea. Today's chit chat was 9. It was his birthday balloon. He was 9 at the weekend. Bless him. Which was amazing and weird that he's 9 years old. So weird. But we went away camping last week. So we had a lovely time camping. We went as a homemade group. So there was lots of families. I don't know how many families. There was about 6 families that we knew already. So we just had a great night, 4 nights camping with just our best of friends. So it was just so nice, so enjoyable. And don't get me wrong, I would definitely choose a luxury hotel over camping, in a comfortable bed with a bath, all the amenities, room service. But it was really fun and the kids absolutely loved it and they got to have a sleepover together one night and yeah, it was all very wholesome, very wholesome. It was lovely. And then, so that was kind of a nice week for Oliver. And then, yeah, of course, he turned 9, which was just absolutely crazy. So this is going to lead on to what I want to talk about a little bit today, because I've kind of, if you're following along on my journey, I just keep setting myself little goals and just to keep pushing myself, just keep going, because it's just so easy to not be ready and not start anything until you're ready. And let's be honest, we're never ready. It's like that old saying, isn't it? It's when they say, I'm not gonna have a baby, I'm not ready yet. You'll never be ready. You'll never be ready to have a baby. And you'll never be ready to birth something that is new and exciting and beautiful ever. Because you want it so bad, you want it to be perfect, you want it to be this, that, and the other. But until you just start that whole momentum, you'll never know. You can never learn from it. So the last time we spoke, I chatted about I was going to start my private membership, which is for women and mums that have got something that they maybe just want to work on and they've got goals and they might have an idea and they might want to set up a business or start showing up online or go for promotion. And I just wanted this little safe space to help. And I need a community of people where we can just support each other, share resources, just generally be there for each other. And to be honest, I wasn't ready. I was not ready at all to start. But what did I do? I set myself a deadline. I was right, okay, 5th of July, I birthed the most beautiful boy in 2016, 9 years ago. So this is the time now. This is the time to birth something new. So I decided to launch it then. Saturday being the day that I just think it's a weekly podcast and I will be posting that on that day. So I think the joys of being able to post it on a Saturday basically is I'll post it on a Saturday with the intention that it's likely you're going to listen on a Sunday reset, maybe when you're doing your ironing or you're getting set up for the week or meal prepping or whatever, you can just put your earphones in and listen to me and listen to my plans for the week and where I am. And then, or a Monday, whenever, it's just no pressure. It's not an extra thing. It's not an extra, right, what else have I got to do? Because we've got enough to do. I get that. But isn't it nice to just have a little regroup, and particularly because there's lots of solopreneurs, there's lots of women that are doing these things on their own, or they don't have a community of people that they can talk to, or maybe their friends and family are not as supportive, or they're just getting on with their own life, let's be honest, they don't have hours on end to talk about these things, but If you're anything like me, my mind is in complete overdrive of all these things, all these ideas I have, all these things I want to do. But it would be really nice if I just had like somebody else to share it with, like just somebody who's like kind of on the same page and kind of like just get it really. So that is basically what happened on Saturday. I birthed it and I wasn't ready. I was not ready at all to start a podcast. In fact, as I set up to do the podcast, I realised I actually didn't know how to record a podcast. So there I am on YouTube learning. And I learned it in 5 minutes. I learned how to record a podcast in 5 minutes. It wasn't a big deal. And off I went. And you know what? I bloody loved it. When it came off, I was sweating. And I don't know why. It must have been excitement or... I don't know, it was really, really sweet. I kind of spoke from the heart. The thing is about my online community is that it's private. So we can definitely share things. There's a Facebook group that goes alongside it, so we can chat and stuff, but it's a private space. So it's completely unfiltered. And I mean, there isn't a lot of filtering goes on around here, but it's completely unfiltered. And it's just a space that I can speak completely freely. And I hope that the community will grow where everybody feels like that, where they can just share things and they can kind of just put themselves out there without any worry that the idea is going to be taken from them or whatever that is. So it did feel really nice. So I am actually like super excited to record the next one. So I have done a subliminal to go alongside this week's podcast. So that went live the other day. But now I'm going to do an EFT tapping actually. I'm going to do an EFT tapping recording. Now, these are all things that I am going to be using myself. But I thought, why not just record them? Because then it's better for me to listen back in my own voice and use them, but also share them on the platform so the community can use them. And also they can. I'm going to share the information on how I've done them so they can definitely build their own as well. So there's going to be loads of like little practical things over there as well. So that's kind of fun. And these are all new things to me. Like this is all me like learning on the job. And that's particularly what I just wanted to speak about, that we don't have to let the fact that we might not 100% know what we're doing or have all the answers. But what we should do is still do it and still push ourselves and learn. And we learn much quicker that way, or I most certainly do. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know that I learn so much easier on the job. Seeing it physically and doing it, I can pick it up like that. But if I'm reading it from a textbook and not fully understanding it, it's not always that easy. So yes, it's useful to do all the courses. Yes, it's useful to get qualifications and do all these things. But there's no better way of just getting on the job, because sometimes you might study for something for a really long period of time and then realise you didn't even like the job because you'd never had any experience in it. And then you're like, wow, I've got a 3-year degree here and I do not want to work in this industry. What was I thinking? So why not just try it? Why not like get a bit of work experience? And if you really love it, you know, say for instance, I just do a bit of podcast, I really love it. I could go and get a qualification on editing and sound, or what couldn't I? I could do anything after I know how much I love it. But if I'd have done it the other way and then been like, I hate this, and I spent like 6 months getting some qualification just so I could say I was certified. Like, we don't always need that. That's for other people. That's just to say, hey, I've got a bit of paper to give weight to your credentials. But really, for yourself, you don't need it. And as long as you've got your own self-worth and your own confidence, then you just got to crack on, haven't you? Crack on and do what you want to do. And not waste too much time ticking everybody else's box to make sure, yeah, I've got this, I've got that. Like, just get me on the job. Let me show you what I can do, and you make your judgment. That's entirely up to you whether I'm good or bad, because with a bit of paper or without a bit of paper, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like if I wasn't good, I wasn't good, and that's entirely up to you. It's everybody's interpretation. So that's the truth, really, isn't it? You're never going to be fully ready to start the business, to post the first video, to make big changes, you know, whatever it is, you'll never be quite ready. Like waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, it just doesn't exist. Confidence doesn't come first, action does. So when you're in a fear state of mind, what cures that is action. Action cures fear. So if you've got some type of like nervous, like, oh gosh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, just by starting it and taking them right steps takes away that fear. It cures it. because it's action, it's the movement in that makes it feel much more comfortable. If you just sit in the uncomfort of like the fear of like, oh my God, I'm so terrified to do the first video, I'm so terrified, like you're overworking it, you're overthinking it. I'm going to tell you a funny story here. So last week we went to a water park, the North Yorkshire Water Park at Wycombe. It's brilliant. It's a lake and it's all outdoor inflatables. We had 4 activities that day, but some of the big jumps and the big slides are like terrifying. And he was really starting to work himself up. Like he was like, I'm just not good enough. Like some of his friends were doing like a little bit more than him, and he was like, I'm just scared, I'm frightened. And so I could tell he was just massively overthinking it. So I got him to one side and I just said to him, look, you don't have to enjoy this stuff. This doesn't have to be your thing. You don't have to be an adrenaline junkie. You don't have to. But what you've got to remember is this time will come to an end. The whistle will blow and we'll have to get out of the water. And if you regret not doing this thing, it's not going to happen again. It's not like you're going to get a second chance. Like we probably won't come back until next year. Like it's a long time to wait. So just ask yourself, do you really want to do it? Because if you really want to do it, let's go and do it. If you don't, that's absolutely fine too. You don't have to. You don't have to start the first video. You don't have to post the YouTube video. You don't have to jump off the big slide on the water park. And he said, no, Mum, I do. But he let himself work up. So he gets up to the top again and he's upset and he's crying and he's like, I really want to do it. And I said, look, just don't overthink it. If you want to do it, take yourself straight down that slide. Just don't even think about it. So he gets to the end, goes straight into the water at full speed. I'm screaming along behind as you do. And he was literally rebirthed. He came out of that water a different person. I do not know what happened to him. We went over to the other inflatables and I'm not joking, like he was completely a different person because the fear had taken over, but the action of him going down and facing that fear completely transformed him within that split second. And he was jumping off everything. And I'm like, gee, like what's happened? Like he was not the same person. And it's the same when something is frightening you. If you know you want to do something, don't let the fear stop you. Go for it, do it, be brave, but just don't overthink it. Don't stand at the edge of the diving board and be like, oh, should I press go, should I jump? Press go and jump. Go for it. You won't regret it. You'll be screaming all the way. You'll be like, oh, this is terrifying. But at the end you'll go, okay, I did it. Next time I might do it differently. Next time I might learn from it, but I did it. And that's the important thing, isn't it? That's the important thing, that don't let yourself get through another year, another decade of things like you wish you'd done. You wish you'd been dare do it. If you're wishing it and you think you're going to do it, then just do it. It's so lightening. And then that becomes like a muscle and a momentum that actually I've reminded myself I can do brave things. I can keep doing brave things competitively. And that's when things, you then get to an end and go, God, look how far I've come. Look at the journey I've been on. Because you've just put one step in front of another. And it's really as simple as that. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. You grow by the doing. That's how growth happens. You learn by trying, not by standing on the end of the diving board and going, oh, should I? You learn nothing from there. You probably learn actually that you dare do things and you dare trust yourself and you don't believe in yourself. All them things, by taking that leap and jumping in, proves to yourself that you can do it. You are brave, you are confident, you can trust in your own ability. So stop waiting. This is your sign. Just start. Messy, nervous, unprepared, but just start. Just go for it. Just do it. One of them days, really. One of them, like, gotta get stuff done type of days. Yeah, I don't feel like I've actually caught back up from being away last week. And there's just like presents and balloons and stuff all over for All's birthday, bless him. Just gonna have a little tidy up while I chit chat to you guys, if you don't mind, if that's okay. So yeah, I think last time we chatted, I'd finished my 90 days. And now I am gonna continue doing a couple of videos a week, hopefully. That is going to be my intention. Honestly, I could just talk and talk and talk. I don't want to come across like I'm doing too much talking and a lot of the flirting heads. I really do like the content where there's a little bit more of me as well, where maybe I am talking to you, but not just sat down talking. I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know if you've got any preference, because I mean, really, it's easy to just sit down and talk, and I can edit them really quickly, to be honest. But I do kind of like to look back as well and have a little bit more experience. So I'm definitely not comfortable vlogging in front of anybody else. We're not at that stage. That's what kind of limits to stuff around the house. When it's just me and Oliver, I'm a little bit more comfortable, and Oliver's so good with me, bless him. He's like, yeah, no, Mum, you can do it, I don't mind. So he's really good like that. But generally, I find it a little bit, just a little bit scarier doing it in front of other people. So maybe one day, maybe that'll come. But what I have been doing is, I don't know if anybody's seen, but I have been doing my daily gratitude. So Power of 3, 33 days of gratitude. So we started that on the 1st of July, and it's just a short every single day, which I've really enjoyed doing them as well. That's been great. And it's been really helpful to keep me accountable with my gratitudes and just generally tapping in. Like sometimes if I have a little wobble or I feel a little certain way, I can just hone in really quickly on my gratitude, because it becomes like a muscle. The more you kind of, something might irritate you or frustrate you, you're like, oh, that's not really how I wanted it to be. Rather than focusing on them negatives, I can focus on the positives easier. It doesn't mean them things don't happen. Like things can still get on your tits. Like that's just life, isn't it? Life still is happening, but it's not allowing you to kind of get stuck in that spiral of like, oh, that's so annoying. Like they've done this, they've done that. Like we can only control what we can control, and we can't let other people affect our moods and our decisions and the way we live our life. So it's really important to make sure that we are staying in our own lane, knowing what we're trying to achieve, and just keeping going. So particularly with gratitude, if you haven't started on the 1st of July, it makes no difference. If you're watching this in 2027 and you want to go back on my shorts and start gratitude practice today, start it today. We don't have to do it at the same time. I just wanted to get them out there. So it's a bit of a back catalogue, and you can look at them every day. And it builds up. There's different practices every day. Some things you do every day, some things are just new practices. And it's just kind of just reminding ourselves that one, we're present, one, we're grateful, one, there's always something to be grateful for, always. Even if it's really hard to find and you're kind of thinking, oh, you must be joking, like I'm having an absolutely shit day, nothing's working for me. Life is working for you, 100%. It might not feel like that, but it may just be shifting you and redirecting you in the right direction. You've just got to make sure you are feeling good about what you're doing. And sometimes we do have to do things that are like, I really don't want to be doing this. This is not what I want to be doing. But some of the more mundane things, like I'm just about to do the dishwasher. I don't love doing the dishwasher. It's not my favourite thing to do. But I'm going to put on a podcast and listen to the podcast, and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm working on my self-development all at the same time. So what a bloody luxury, because if I wasn't doing the dishwasher, I wouldn't be able to do that, would I? That wouldn't be a thing. So there you go. That's my 2 penneth worth on that. When I get back after picking Oliver up is, it's actually quite a sunny day. It's 26 degrees, so it's quite nice and warm. I'm going to lay in the garden and I'm going to visualise. It's like one of my favourite places, because honestly, when I shut my eyes, I lay on that sofa outside. I could be anywhere. I could put some wave music on. I could be in the Maldives. Doesn't really make any difference, does it? I can have a little garden holiday, that's what I call it. So I can have a little 20 minutes visualising the life I want, to manifest. I'm just going to sit with that a little bit, and I'm going to visualise exactly. I'm going to ask myself that question, probably put on some nice healing music with the nice hertz. I've got a couple of favourite things I like to listen to, so I'll probably pop that on and just manifest it. And then when I come out of my meditation, I will write it down. In fact, what I'll probably do is I'll speak it into notes on my telephone, and then I will ask ChatGPT to help me put it into a future self fashion, and then I'm going to record that with my own voice back into, probably just into notes or something on a voice note, nothing too tech, although, you know, I'm kind of good at doing podcasts now, so I could technically do all that, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get my mic out and do it properly. And then just play that back to myself. So I'll be very much talking in the future, so it's like it's already happening. So it just kind of allows your brain to start believing in what you're wanting to achieve and how you want it to look. And I'll work a lot on feelings, like a feeling and how I want to feel, because I'm very in tune with that. I've definitely got a lot better over the years of just being more in tune with a feeling, and not just material exterior things, because sometimes that doesn't always bring us joy. Don't get me wrong, like sometimes going shopping and getting nice things does spark a little bit of joy, but often it's the feeling, and it's the feeling of the enjoyment that it's easier to manifest when you understand that feeling. So I'll work a lot on that and just tapping into kind of what I'm trying to achieve, which of course will be a lot of things along the line of growing this channel, homeschooling Oliver, eating high vibrational food, and just generally living my best life. I've just seen one of them electric buses. I love them vehicles. That was definitely on my last future self. I might pop it on this one. I have an electric car now, but do you know which ones I mean? The VW electric buses. I just love them. They just make me happy. I used to drive a Fiat 500, a pink Fiat 500, and it just made me happy. It was like inside, it was all like neutral. It just made me happy when I was driving it. It was all like white and lovely. This is a lovely car. But them electric buses, I could just see us going out on little day trips and stuff in that. So maybe that was a sign here, because it's the colour I like as well. Maybe it's a sign that that's what I need to put in my rich life visualisation.